Well, that was weird. That was weird. Hang on. It's my ceiling, everyone. There. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Right away, the live stream failed. That's a fantastic start to the night. Sorry, have to end this ad that's running on my end. There we go. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but the live stream failed for just a moment. But it looks like everything's running just fine now, so that's good. What do we have up here in the corner that's looking like it's creating a shadow? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's gone now. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? So, tonight's just going to be a regular live stream. Not going to do elimination tonight. Zell, my buddy Zell, is working on something that's going to make that game and live streams way more fun. He's building something. So I'm going to let that kind of sink in, whether you're watching me live or you're catching this the next day or whenever you're watching this. Yeah, he's got something that he's working on. So I'm really, really pumped. What's going on, everybody? Who do we have in here? Shaker's in here. Jeff is in here. Lindy's in here. Eric from Texas. G-Man W. Tim Campbell. What's going on, guys? So yeah, tonight's just gonna be a good old classic live stream, kind of like what I did when I first started doing live streams, where we just talk about whatever. You guys can ask me questions, or we can talk about knives, whatever. I've got all the knives out that I've been like playing with the most here lately. Get them all out. Koenig Arius, of course. We have the Holt Spectre V3. We have the Donk. I forget the name. Jeff can help out there. Shurgoff Haiti or Hati. This is one of the older ones running on phosphor bronze washers. Pretty excited about that one. The new XM18. If you've been on Instagram today, you'll know about that. We have this Robert Carter custom that has the long name. I always forget. We, of course, have a Strider SMF. My Microtech Combat Troodon Hellhound, and of course the Chris Reeve Insingo with the carbon fiber inlays. Pretty excited about this one. Some of these have had reviews on the channel and some haven't, but I just figured I'd have these guys out for tonight. Let's get these nice and lined up here before I take a look at the chat. Sometimes I do that thing where I do not pay attention for a moment. Oh yeah, we have this. I'll talk about the stickers here in a second. I've had a fire tack, Derek. I love that knife. I'm waiting for those to hit tri-way, and then I might return to it. I very much do enjoy the fire tack. The new grill, it will last around 1 to 2 months. Yeah. Everybody called me on that. They were like, okay, yeah, sure. Now, I want to be clear about this. Truthfully, the Gen 6 XM18 slicer, truthfully, that probably is the best all-around, in my opinion, that's the best all-around 3.5-inch XM, right? And then my little add-ins. But here's the thing. I couldn't bring myself to stop buying hinderers. So I was like, okay, I can let it go. So a patron got it. He got a great deal on it. And I picked up this beautiful Fullard Spear in M390. Just wonderful. Take a look here. I got some sweet custom hinderer hardware on there. You can see the little horse heads there. You know why I picked this one up? Everybody watching? How many are we in here? 40? You guys watching? This Fuller lets me do this. Oops. I can't do it now. I'm failing on the live stream. Why can't I do it? There we go. I got to get it lower. You can do a reverse flick with the Fuller. You got to get real low back here. Yeah, there we go. That is why I picked that up. And this one in particular has ridiculous action, all while being perfectly centered and having a nice early yet solid connection there with the frame lock. So I am very, very excited about that guy right there. Let's see here. There's a bunch of people in here. Holy cow, we got almost 50 people in here. What's my favorite Spyderco Weapon D world? My favorite Spyderco currently is the Shaman, even though the one that's seen more pocket time is the Para 3 Maxima and G10. Andrew Toole, what's up? What's up? You guys, hey, Super Chat is up. Anybody who wants to use Super Chat and donate, feel free. All that money goes right back into the channel. Also, if you don't feel like doing that, that's perfectly fine. I ordered a few of my new stickers from Redbubble. Anybody who doesn't know, I will be dropping this line, I'm sure, multiple times for the live stream because I'm turning into an ad. But I did open a Redbubble store. I was so excited about merch, and you guys have heard me talk about it a million times on the channel. I was working with my buddy Endure88 to get a bunch of designs out there. But there's a whole bunch of great stuff on t-shirts, but we also have like all the different designs are on stickers now. So we've got the alternate Metal Complex logo in red and black. We have the Metal Army sticker, which is there's going to be a few different variations of this, but I was really excited about this one, a little more cartoony. And then we of course have the Silent Night. This sticker is available in literally any color, even rainbow. And I ordered all the colors, but they didn't arrive. So at some point I will show them all, but literally you can get any color you want, any of the main colors on the spectrum or rainbow. There's a link in the description for Redbubble, but I was so excited about that. I just want to show those off. Okay, you need some hats on the store as well. I do, but Redbubble doesn't have hats. We're figuring that out. Endure is working on a design specifically for a hat, and I promise you that those are coming. How do you find the time and energy to upload so frequently? Is there a brand of orange juice? I can't, for the longest time, I just could not stop talking about knives. Anybody who worked at the dealership with me, it's not like, they don't talk to me anymore, but a lot of great friends still. I just could not stop talking about knives. This information is literally pouring out of me at all times. And I essentially just turn my camera on and go. Whatever's in my pocket, whatever I'm thinking about, I kind of gather my thoughts on it. And I just, there's no preparation other than just experiencing the knife. I get a knife in and I handle it and I play with it and I just sort of get absorbed by it. And it's my natural process. It's what I've been doing since way before the channel. And so by the time I get around to recording, I just turn the camera on and go. I kind of have I've got the same sort of structure for each review, but I just start talking and I do the measurements, I do the size comparisons, I do the action, I do the weight, and then I do the spine thickness, and then I talk about the anatomy, and then I give my opinions here and there, and it's just kind of it's all immediately collected. And so, yeah, caffeine. Jeff is pointing out I am a huge fan of caffeine. Speaking of a shaman, just ordered the Knife Center exclusive. This will be my first one. I remember hearing they had a Knife Center exclusive. What color is it? Is it orange, or is it a sort of orangey micarta, or am I just wrong? Can't remember. Seems logical. I knew it. I think of everyone in the EDC community, you're probably the most knowledgeable. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll tell you, every day I learn something, at least one thing from the comment section, and I also get schooled at least once a day by somebody from my comment section for sure. Absolutely. Diamond wood with Rex 45. I did not know that. There's an example of a steel that I do not know much about. When I think Rex 121, which is the Rockwell and edge retention champion at what is it hardened to, 72? It has the highest edge retention of any known steel that's ever been used on a knife. I don't know anything about Rex 45. I'm in the process of tilting all of the Knife Guy titling all the Knife Guy episodes. Fun to go through all of them again. I do need to title those. I've had that request has been. See, initially I was like, I don't want people to go back and keep watching the same one. But then I was like, well, that might give people to watch. And then I was like, oh my God, why didn't I just title them? So I need to at some point go back and title all, what am I at? 37 episodes of The Knife Guy? Excuse me, guys, 1 sec. I need to hydrate. Okay. Fire School. Thoughts on the Delica? The Delica is a fantastic knife. I hate FRN. That's what kills it for me, but it does not stop me from recommending it to people. I am not the biggest fan of VG10. If they're going to charge what they're going to charge for it, it needs to be a different steel. That's what I think. At least that BD1 stuff they use on the other lightweights, I'd be fine with that. Let's see here. Therapeutic edge. You have YouTube video viewers watching. Ban FRN, ban T6 Torx. Absolutely, absolutely. What was I gonna? Oh, there was something I was gonna bring up to everybody. I cannot remember what the heck it was. By the way, reviews coming up. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy's getting a separate second, appearance on the channel because I didn't quite do enough with it. Let's see here. Have you ever seen a 940 with a broken tip? I haven't. What is the 940? 125 thousandths on the spine, and it's a reverse tanto. Is that what they call it? I think you'd have to be putting that thing in a type of situation where it clearly wasn't meant for the tip to really run the risk of breaking. So I've never seen one with a broken tip. They currently are S30V standard, and then they've got the S90V, and then they also have a 20CV version of it. I don't know. I don't think you run the risk of really breaking the tip on that unless you're using it. Let's see here. Thoughts on the interchangeable blade on the Jack 2.0, the comb attachment. I think it's funny and interesting. They're clearly doing something different. I'm always in support of different things. Not that I don't love, like for example, titanium flipper frame locks on bearings. It's not that I don't love the next, titanium flipper frame lock on bearings, but that's what runs the show right now. So people who are doing things differently, even if we don't need it, I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. Let's see some different stuff because it's interesting, right? I have no idea what type of utility. That could be expanded to a bunch of different things, right? Like, different blade styles you could buy. Modularity is a completely untapped part of the knife market, except for like what Rick Hinder is doing. So hopefully some other knife makers tap into that. Danny T, what you sipping on? Starts with the first word starts with M and the second word starts with U. I don't know the rules about monetization and saying what it is that I'm using to hydrate myself with. So yeah. Oh boy, there's Zell. Zell, we were just talking about you. I'm not telling them what you're making. We're going to keep that a secret. But Zell he's crafting something, an object that will be used as a catalyst for fun when we do the live eliminations. Big part of that, absolutely. Hey, Metal Complex, want to get your hands on a Ziba S7 because I may be swapping for one. That would be super cool. Absolutely. I've only handled a couple of different Ziba knives on this channel, so I absolutely would be interested in that. Taz's World, yes, it is likely. If you imagine you're shaking a magic 8-ball, and you get one of those sort of cryptic ants, but it's like in positive light. Hello, David Bettig. Kyle Roberts says, starts with M and ends with... Yeah. I have to because it's after January 1st. You guys know how that goes. Rex 45. Interesting. Okay. Favorite knife shown at SHOT Show. Truthfully, my favorite knife, I think, and you guys are gonna laugh. I've seen a lot of cool stuff, and we'll be talking about it a bunch, in the next few weeks. But the thing that I'm most excited about is the thing that I didn't get to see. It was Blade HQ's coverage of Rick Hinderer, and he had something new in his pocket that he didn't want to show. Unless I'm not up to speed, and he at some point did show it, but I didn't get to see what was in his pocket. He's clearly got a new model, or he's got a crazy variation of something, or he added the tri-way to a line that people have been wondering. So that's what I'm most excited about. Let's see here. Did anyone catch the concept videos from LTK before they were taking them? Huh? No. XM18 Auto. That'd be interesting. Is it? Are you saying that is what it is, or that's what you want? Because I would have a hard time thinking that Rick Hinderer would do an auto knife. Oh yeah, you hope. Okay, you hope. I was gonna say I would be, but here's the thing. If somebody had said, "Hey, did you know that Medford's gonna do an auto knife?" I'd have been like, "Shut up! No, he's not," and he did. So maybe I'd be wrong about that. They what does Lindy say here? They debuted this year at SHOT Show. Birdshot posted video showing a couple other prototypes. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But I can't wait until I can actually go to some of this stuff and bring you guys some of this information. I just feel like I'm so behind. I have to watch I have to watch everybody else's content, which is fine. XM18 Lady of the Sea Metal Complex Limited Edition. That would be great if Rick Hinder even knew that I existed. I've been trying so hard to get that guy or whoever runs their Instagram to even notice me. I think, and I'm not trying to brag. I think I have the biggest XM18, or I'm sorry, the biggest Hinderer playlist on YouTube. And I made that and in the back of my mind thinking surely they will stumble across this. But now they have no idea that I'm alive. Oh, well, that's fine. You know what, Andrew? I gave away a Slim MIDI very early on in this channel. It was donated by Arrowheads, who is likely still in the chat. Would you ever consider being a guest on Rye's podcast? Wait, you mean Everyday City Carry? Is that Rye? Is that how you pronounce his name? Yeah, I totally would. Definitely. I've only connected with him just a couple of times on Instagram, and he's in our pass around group, but I've seen his podcast, and yeah, I would do that. Absolutely. Has anyone ever heard of Spyderco? Yes, we have, Rusty Swing. Yes, we have. I would imagine that 90% of the people in here are aware of it, and at least 50% are fans. But it also appears that you may be joking. Muhammad Amar, happy I caught the stream. Just had a birthday and got some knife money. I have a ZT-0562 Kaiser Nomad Rat 1 PM2. What knife do you think I should experience next? Preferably under 250. Well, happy birthday, first off. The knife that you should experience next is the Spyderco Shaman at $185. That's the knife that I always tell people, you got a bunch of knives in there that are kind of like full-size knives. I'm telling you, Spyderco Shaman, man, it's like, it's Spyderco, but imagine if the PM2 felt more like an 0562 or XM18 and you threw a little Strider in there, right? But you kept the compression lock. People have heard me say, hey, wow, there's 67 people in here tonight. That's awesome. Okay, you 67, you guys can't leave, and everybody has to hit like, okay? That would be fantastic. You're not required to, but I was going to make a joke about donating, but there's no way for me to make a joke about look, 2 people left. There's no way for me to make a joke about donating, right? Look at all the likes, right? There are 68 of you in here, and there's only 25 likes. Who's not doing their job? I'll have to go back through the analytics and find out who's not doing their job. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I am so glad you guys can't see me right now. I just spilled that all over myself. Wow. Amateur. It's amateur. What is this? Amateur hour? Hang on here. Hits rate. Where is the time? Thumbs up for me. Hey, there we go. We got 38 likes and 71 people in here. That means there's some new people who just dropped in. You are obligated to like this live stream. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. We're just talking. Let's see. Hang on. Am I backed up in the chat here? What did Shaker say? I only see 9 likes, so I'm gonna leave and come back. Okay. Samuel Sapita, I'm thinking about buying my first Hinder. What model do you suggest? I always tell people to start with the XM18. But if you're used to smaller knives, don't start with the 18. Start with a 3-inch. Yeah, well, I do need a straw. Well, actually, one of those hats where I can just put a beverage in one or the other side. I always tell people to start with the XM18. But if you are used to smaller knives, don't start with this because this is going to be alarmingly large, right? Start with a 3-inch. Or start with the Eclipse 3-inch because the Eclipse 3-inch is a little more robust. Or if you're going to go with an XM18, but you're used to smaller knives, but you're okay with the large size, right? Go with a skinny because then it won't be so heavy. These guys are, they're big, but once you get your first one, I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 people after their first Hinder, they're hooked. You're a Hinder fan for life, especially now. I have owned, this is my 5th Gen 6, and they have all been absolute perfection. The half track is also a great knife, but I think that knife is a little smaller than most people expect it to be. So just know, like, the half track, I've actually got one here. Here, hang on. The half track is a 3-finger knife. Here. So this is a knife where you're only going to get 3 fingers. And it's great. This is a great knife, but it's a 3-finger knife for sure. Should I get the full track out too? Thanks to Kyle, I've got a full track and I've actually got my slicer. The slicer is headed out. This is the old Excalibur. This will be headed out to the gentleman who purchased it here from Patreon on Monday because I didn't get a chance to ship it out today. And then this is Kyle's, the other knife that he sent me, the beautiful blue and black full track. This thing is a beast. I think these are going to be discontinued now. So yeah, Kyle, hang on to that for sure. Absolutely. Anyways, let's see here. That sheep's foot on the right side of the table is beautiful. This one right here, the Donk, this thing is an absolute monster. I love this knife. Look at this. Oh, it's such a beautiful precision beast, and it's so big, but I can get it. I can get the reverse flick. I'm struggling around it here. There we go. This is a fingernail reverse flick, not a meat of your finger. It's more of a dang. I am struggling. I always consider myself like really good at the reverse flick. There we go. Good Lord. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Almost a perfect mirror polish there on the flats too. Wonderful. Who makes that? Hang on, I've got the card here. That's called the Donk, and it's made by Turner Knife Co. CTS XHP and titanium. Tyler Turner. Here you go. This is the man right here. There's his P.O. box and his phone number. That's one of the ones that Jeff sent me. That's coming up very soon on the channel. Hey, Complex. Where's the Benchmade Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter? Okay. Should I put that quote on some merch? Would you guys buy that if I put that quote on there? Here she is right here. Love this knife. If you have not experienced this knife for $155, $159, I very much recommend it. We'll leave her out here. Absolutely. No problem. Let's see. Too much M and U makes our hard to it definitely does make it harder to flick. Let's see here. 50 likes. Wow, look at that. 50 likes. Almost all of you did your job tonight. 51 likes. That means that there's still 20 people in here who are just like, no. You know, I find it hard to imagine they actually don't like the stream because, I mean, come on. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, like, they're just messing around, right? They're just messing with me. Just kidding. Evening MC and all. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Adam. I really appreciate it. Medford. Yeah, what's everybody carrying right now? Tim Moore says pocket check. I'm assuming that means everybody just shout out what you're carrying. If you don't want to tell the truth, make something up. That's fine. But let's hear what everybody's carrying tonight. I'd be very interested to know. Pair that shirt with the Ritter with a link down below. Yeah, I will. I promise you, I will put that quote on some merch if you guys want that. We've got Tuya Knife, NV2. Oh, look at all these. Look at all these. Everybody's jumping in here. Mordax, Civivi, Naja. Is it Naja? MC's got the... Wait. Or Kyle Roberts says, MC, I have the half track. Kevin Borden, 920. Para 3 and M390. Strider, SMG, and PD1. Kershaw Dividend. I'm afraid to get a Hinderer because I'm afraid I'll go bankrupt after the addiction I have for knives. Went down that road, buddy. Had to start a channel. Hey, thanks so much, TJ, for donating. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, guys, anybody who donates in these live streams, that money goes right back into the channel. I do not buy a knife for myself unless I sell one. So this guy had to be sold to purchase this guy. So all of those funds go directly into the channel. And that's actually, it's because of stuff like this that allows me to upload every single day, because I can continuously pay for shipping back to people. Let's see here. That's cool. Everybody's carrying some awesome stuff. Para 2 and M4, that's a rare one. That was the first sprint that I ever showed on this channel, was the PM2 and M4 from Blade HQ. You're lucky if you got one of those. Small Sabenza 21. I've never handled a small Sabenza. Always been curious, but never handled one. I'm really surprised nobody has asked me about this. Spoiler alert, this is like the best thing that exists. This thing is insane. I mean, listen, like next weekend, you guys are going to get, oh man, Tomahawk DC. What's been your daily EDC lately? You want to know what's in my pocket right now? Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Seriously, that means so much to me when people do that. It literally, there's no way for me to really explain it. And I mean, you guys can believe it or not. Every time I see that, I just get like this warm rush that shoots through my system. And it's just reaffirmation that people care. So I thank you so much for doing that. Here's what's in my pocket right now. Guardian Tactical Recon 35. I effing love this thing. I love this thing. The review didn't get a ton of views, but I'm telling you, this OTF is like, this is EDC heaven at 3.5 ounces and 8 inches. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is the best. It's so much fun. That thing has taken over my pocket. Anyways, I can't remember what it is. Yes, this is a Shirogorov, an older Hati. Very, very amazing considering this is an older one. Guys, this is on phosphor bronze washers and is almost completely drop shut. Look at this. It's almost drop shut. Andrew Tools, sending some warm fuzzies my way. My man, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. I need to find a specific, because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys right now, a while back I started this thing where I was like, hey, all the funds in the live stream are going towards my 10,000 sub giveaway. I'm almost to 10K. There's 90 people in here. Holy moly. Thank you so much, guys, for stomping into my live stream. This is awesome. This is the second most people I've ever had. More warm fuzzies. $2. So what is the knife next to the Timmy knife? The Timmy knife, this one or this one? Shirogorov Hati, and this is a Holt Bladeworks Spectre V3. I think that's correct. But Uncle, if I'm wrong, wait, Timmy? Are you talking about Timmy from South Park? I don't know why that makes me think of Timmy. Half track Warney, full track XM18 slicer, Ritter Hogue, Sabenza 21, Microtech Combat Trudon Hellhound, Strider SMF. This is a Robert Carter custom. I forget the name of it. Hinder XM18 3.5 inch, Shirogorov Hati, Tyler Turner, Donk, Holt Spectre V3, and Koenig Arius. So anyways, I was like, all this money, there's 90 people in here. Yeah, you guys want to know what the record is for my live stream, you 89, 90 that are in here? The record for the live stream is 118 people. No, wait, was it? Maybe it was less than that. Let's say it's 110. We break the live stream tonight, I'll do something. We break the record for the live stream tonight, I'll do something special for everybody. We'll do a special giveaway. I got a knife that I can give away. So 110, we do the giveaway. Or 111 or more, we do the giveaway. Anyways, I did this thing. I was like, hey, all the money that gets donated during a live stream is going towards my 10K sub giveaway. Well, I did not expect that one of my videos would get 100,000 views in a month. Anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, that one with the really clickbaity thumbnail that's like, knives you shouldn't hand to non-knife people. Yeah, I got 100,000 views in a month, and I gained it was like 2,300 subs in a month. So I'm almost to 10K. So the knife didn't get funded. But let me tell you something. The end result actually is going to be better for everybody, because the knife that I'm going to give away is it's pretty epic. I'm really excited. I'm also very sad because it's out of my personal collection. But somebody's going to win a freaking ridiculous knife. Absolutely. So I'm really, really excited. Let's see here. Who I keep missing. I'm missing comments here. Weapon World. Have you ever handled a Spyderco Tenacious, and if so, how'd you like it? So the Tenacious was my first. Actually, no. The largest one was my first Spyderco, and then I went to Tenacious at some point. Oh man, I will finish that question here in a sec. But Samuel Sapita, thank you so much. Sending good vibes your way. Hey man, I really, really appreciate that. I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but so nice. TJ Eden, you guys are the best, man. You're just so cool. I love doing these live streams. I love talking with people, and it just makes me feel so good that you guys want to contribute. That just you're paying for some serious shipping costs, right? You can see here on the table what this is going to cost to ship back to some of these amazing viewers, and I appreciate that so much. He says, "Hey man, really appreciate your videos, and I love internet. I appreciate that." And of course, guys, both of you, Samuel Sapita and TJ Eden, thank you so much for sending those good vibes. Awesome. But anyways, what was the? Let's see. Let me get back to that question. Have you ever handled Spyderco Tenacious? That's right. I handled the bigger one first. The Tenacious came later, but the Tenacious is that's the knife I tell people. If you look at Spyderco and you're like, WTF? What is this dead bird crap? Like, why does everything look so weird? That's the knife that I tell people, spend the money on it and introduce yourself to a flat ground Spyderco blade, the ease of access to the opening hole, and just like the good materials, the good ergonomics. I think the Tenacious is one of the best budget knives out there, despite the fact that it's still utilizing ACR 13 MOV. So yeah, I really like that thing. What is the small reverse Tanto 4 from the left? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a full custom Robert Carter, and it's got a big crazy sequence of numbers. This is the most expensive knife on the table, far and away. It is an absolute beauty. I want to say that this is a $1,500 or $1,600 knife. Mr. Whiskey is not in here tonight. This is his knife. I do have a review coming up, but I am gathering information on this. You can see variants of this knife and Mr. Carter's work on Dr. Frunke's channel. Mr. Frunke and I are just barely acquainted, but he's got some excellent taste, and that's where I saw this one first. Matt Stauffer, thank you so much. Let's see what he has to say here. You're one of the main reasons I'm really considering a Hinder. I have this DT0562 Ti, which is great, but really considering a Hinder. Hey, man. You're going first off. Thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate that. But yeah, you're going down the same road that I always tell people. Like the ZT0562 Ti is about as good as it gets for a USA production knife. Maxing out. Ergonomics, cutting performance, materials used, all that stuff, right? But there's always that feeling in the back of your mind. This isn't quite the real thing. It's a full USA made knife. It's a Hinder design. It's a ZT knife. It's a great knife, but you always have the feeling it isn't quite the real thing. I scratched the itch, right? I had to see what was behind the door, and now I've owned 27 different Hinders. Or wait, yeah, 27? I think this is number 27, 28, something like that. So if you're crazy like me, it could really mess with you. The truth is that the 0562 Ti, there's not a lot of difference in performance between that and like the XM18 3.5-inch slicer right here, which is arguably the same thing. In fact, the 0562 Ti actually has a better blade in terms of slicing performance. But tolerances, fit and finish, in terms of durability, I might give points in favor to Hinder. And plus, it has that the real thing factor. So yeah, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you want to get a real Hinder, get one. But is it going to be $200 more of a knife? It's really hard for me to say. As a true Hinder fan, I'm trying to be honest with you. Zell given money, and he doesn't need to. He's already a patron. He's already building something with his bare hands. This dude is an amazing craftsman, and he's still donating. Zell, warm fuzzies all the way. Thanks, man. Super cool. I see Zell every day in the gym. Awesome guy. If you're not following that guy on Instagram, you should. He's a super cool guy. And people are like, you say that, but how are we supposed to? I don't know. What's your Instagram tag, Zell? people are watching this on their phone. They can just go right in and follow you. Put it out there for everybody to see. Hang on, guys. Let me grab another beverage here. Oh, 94. Guys, we break the record at 111. We make it to 111 viewers tonight, and I will do a knife giveaway for everybody next week. I just want to see if we can do it. At balls? No. That's not that is not your Instagram tag. You tell them. You let them follow you. You let them see your glory and your genius. Christopher Clayton, hey MC, who are your favorite knife YouTubers? My absolute favorite knife YouTubers are Nut and Fancy, Birdshot 4, Nick Shabazz, of course, Jim Skelton. I like the late Boy Scouts. I like let me think. Gideon's Tactical is an awesome channel. Let's see here. Hang on. Let me think. Oh, Terra Fanatic. I'm a big fan of Terra Fanatic. He does not know who I am, but I used to watch a lot of Terra Fanatic. Anybody remember? Oh my gosh, he's gonna escape me now because he hasn't done this for some. Mindless Mark. Anybody know Mindless Mark? Definitely. Super Steel Steve is the guy in my network that I watch the most. Absolutely. Slicey Dicey found me, and I watch his content a lot. I like him a lot. He's got some great stuff, and he's got like the same amount of uploads as me, and so he's got a lot of stuff to watch, and he's handled a lot of stuff that I've never handled. So I refer to him a lot, or defer to him. How am I using that? Zell giving more money and doing a mic drop with a weird little pear animation. Thank you so much, Zell. Stop giving me money. You do not need to do that. Nobody needs to, but it does make me really happy, and it does definitely help out when people do that. Absolutely. Yeah, Super Steel Steve is the most entertaining person in this community, and he is also a force that he's a necessary force. Yes, he can be crude. Yes, he can be offensive, but the guy has made some very, very good waves, some very necessary waves in some areas of our community, some BS areas that we all fell victim to, myself included. So without Super Steel Steve, we might not get the truth all the time. So I really appreciate that guy, and I have told him that. Absolutely. There's a bunch of other channels, guys, but they're just all escaping me. Zach stuff, loves Zach stuff, loves Neve's knives. There's a whole bunch of people in my network. If you guys want to know some of the channels that are in my network that I always am like, hey, go check these guys out, I have a playlist called Past, Present, and Future that I tagged a whole bunch of channels in. A lot of channels that are smaller than me, my size, or bigger, and there were a ton of responses. So if you guys want to check out the channels that I think are great that are in my network, you can check out that playlist. Let's see here. I like Spanto. TJ Eaton, my very first XM18 was a Spanto, and that is definitely the Spanto and the Harpoon Spanto are the most robust blade shapes. But aesthetics, in terms of aesthetics, I really like the Fullers with the spear point. Oh, it's just beautiful. First time I saw that was in anybody know or remember, actually, he did a run of these recently when Hinder collaborated with Tad and the Dauntless. The most recent 3-inch Dauntless, I think, had a Fuller. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, there are a ton of choices, but here's the thing. No matter what you pick, you're going to be happy because it's a Hinderer. Zell, stop giving me money. Stop. Stop, man. Thank you so much. And thank you for the dancing pair. I appreciate that. I'm glad that people are making use of that deal there. Zell, seriously, man, you're already working, like you're already like making something for the channel, so you don't have dude, listen, you guys are going to be singing Zell's praises when you see what he built. What he's building is something that no other knife YouTuber has ever. Shaker, oh my goodness, buddy. You also somebody who gives or not donates knives to the channel for me, for giveaways, and also like lends me a bunch of their stuff because why not? And I'm still rocking my A-Perva Zerks. The best, in my opinion, the best production knife of 2019, the A-Perva Zerks. I'm glad you got your hands on one of those. Shaker, thank you so much for being a gigantic supporter of the channel. There's a bunch of this that I could not have done without you, so thank you so much. But anyways, Zell, what he's making is something that you guys have never seen on any other knife or gear related channel. At least I think. We came up with something unique And I could not do this by myself. I needed Zell's craftsmanship, so he's making it really cool. Also, I'm locking you into this, Zell. I'm like telling everybody how great it's going to be, and he's like, "Oh crap, I need to finish this project." 93 in here. Are we going to break the record tonight? But look at all those likes. You guys are awesome. 63 likes, 94 people watching. I appreciate that. The record is 110 viewers, or we're calling it that. We get to 111 people watching tonight, and I'll do a knife giveaway for everybody. Probably release it next week. Okay. I'm still trying to hold Jeff's coattails. Yeah, Jeff, I don't know if Jeff's still in here. He might have gone to bed. Lindy Lou, can you give us a hint? What kind of hint could I give you? See, if I say anything, you guys are gonna figure it out. It is it's interactive. It's a thing that you guys know. A lot of you know how I do the live elimination, right? So what it is an object that I will have to interact with each round before I eliminate a knife. That's all that I can tell you. It is a catalyst. It is a handmade catalyst, and it will be a something of fate. And Zell's wizardry is going to bring that to life. Oh, there's Jeff. Yeah, Jeff does live. Hey, there's Jeff. Let's see here. Seems logical, says I'm stumped. I don't know why I find that mildly ironic. John Duncan, what's up, man? And yeah, we would have to team up to try and beat Jeff. Still wouldn't happen. Jeff, listen, I mean, everybody who just watches, you're all supporting the channel, right? Jeff has a special place here. He was an OG along with David. You guys haven't heard me say the name David in a long time, but David, my local buddy, really helped me. Hi, what's up, dude? He really. Oh, you want to send? You're not. Excuse me, guys. 1 second. You going to bed? Okay. Good night. Can I have a hug? Thank you. Okay. See you, bud. Okay. Good night. See ya. Okay. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Saying goodnight to my son. But anyways, David was the first, and he kind of helped jumpstart things. And then Jeff found me on Instagram, and Jeff just was like, "Hey, I think we have very similar taste, and I have a plethora of very high-end knives." And I was like, "Who is this guy that's willing to trust this little YouTube channel, right?" And that, you know, it's just like, here's all these museum quality knives. I'm just gonna send them your way, you know. And so I'm eternally grateful to Jeff, because he showed other people, hey, this guy, you can trust him. He will take care of your knives. And I do, believe me, I have a system here. I am very careful with people's knives. They do not touch anything but my hands. They don't touch other knives. They only touch rubberized surfaces that don't collect debris. But anyways, he set off a trend, and he'll let other people know, this guy takes care of people's stuff, and that really helped move content, because that's a big thing. When I promised people daily content, I was rolling the dice because I wasn't 100% sure that I could convince people that I was somebody that you could trust on the other side of the internet, and Jeff really helped me make that happen. And then along came, of course, Shaker, Kyle Roberts, and Spirited Whiskey were kind of the next three major ones. And now there's a whole bunch of people, and I'm so grateful, you know, that people are willing to lend me their stuff. Zell, for the love of God, stop spending your money. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to buy you something worth $20 and send it to your house. Stop sending me money. Thank you, though. Thank you for doing that and supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate that. Anybody who's new, I said this earlier, every time somebody donates, it just makes me feel so good about what I'm doing here. Because sometimes it's weird, like running a knife YouTube channel. Sometimes I step back and go, I'm a guy who sits in his basement with a bunch of ridiculously expensive knives laid out on a table. I have this weird little arm attached to my table, and it's got my phone, and I'm live streaming to this case, in this case, 85 people, but somewhere around 8 to 10,000 people a day watch the channel. And they listen to me go on 20 to 30 minute rants about the intricacies of cutlery. That's effing weird, right? So then, and I love this, and I'll never be able to lose the passion for this hobby. But sometimes it's a gut check, like that's kind of weird. So when people donate and they're willing to assist with the costs associated with this channel, which are vast at times, it just makes me feel good. It makes me know there are other people out there like me who enjoy this. They want to support it, and I'm ready to give back. So thank you to everybody who has donated tonight, and anybody who donates in the future. Thank you. Let's see. My phone and tablet are both watching. That is some dedication, Mr. Clayton. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Let's see here. Danny T. One of my favorite knife guy episodes is that one. I scratched it. Oh, I guess it's a user now. Yeah. Or I talked about the Hogue Ritter when I scratched this guy. You talk about how you baby a knife until that's I got that scratch on there and it didn't have a single mark. But once I scratched it, I was like, oh no. Okay, now I can just use it and not worry about it. And now I use that thing and I love it, right? And I don't have to be concerned with it. It's just a good feeling. I can't stand it. I don't have anyone to talk about knives. Nobody gets it. Yeah, dude, for a long time, I was the same way until I forced my coworkers to listen to me. And thank God they're all still friends with me. Literally, all of my bosses from the dealership, I had 8 bosses, and all of my coworkers were all still friends, and they know that I like knives, and I'm fortunate, right? But I wanted to expand this, so now I've got 10,000 other friends who really like knives. And you, 100 people in here tonight, who really like knives because you're stopping by my live stream. So we're here for you. I will be here live every 2 weeks until the end of time. I can't promise that, but I will be here very, I'm planning on being here for a very long time, a presence on YouTube and in the knife community for a long time. Kyle says, I ain't gonna lie, I missed the background that you stabbed a hole in with my smoke. I forgot about that. And you need to take one of my knives and stab it in your background to make it feel right. Which one? Is this your user, Kyle? If you so say it, if you want me to, I will make a wound in this background right now with this knife because I know that this is a user, but I need your permission first. If you don't want me to do that, then I won't. But if you want me to, I'll let that be a permanent part in my new background. Let's see here. Me with knives. Tim Moore, same here. I work with a bunch of women. I work with women too who really appreciate knives. Well, this is the interesting thing about the knife community right now. There are so many more women who are interested in this. Now I'm thinking, is how I view this being like a male dominant hobby? Is that even accurate? Do it with the full track? Kyle, are you sure? That thing doesn't even have a scratch on it, buddy. You want this stabbed into the table. I'm gonna wait. I want you to double confirm that, right? Well, it's like a Gmail account. Double confirm it, and I'll make a mark in my table with your full track. But that thing is, I'm definitely keeping the full track forever. Okay, here we go. Everybody's like, it's a knife, just use it. There you go. Should we turn it a little bit? Can you see it there? It's in the table. Okay, Kyle Roberts leaving his mark there on my table. Oh man, tell everybody to like MC had this crazy live stream. He stabbed his table with a full track. That's what I want everybody to say. Hashtag MC stabbed his table with a full track. Does your wife carry complex? My wife rocks the Spyderco Dragonfly too. My wife does. She has her one and only EDC is the one I gave her a long time ago. Within the first year and a half of knowing each other, I gave her a Kershaw Blur in S30V, and to this day, she still has it in her purse with her taser. Yes, absolutely. I'm feeling crazy tonight. Kyle, here's the thing. It did nothing because this is a doormat. What you're seeing in the background is literally a rubber doormat, and what's underneath that is a plastic table. So yeah, it made me look really, really cool, but the truth is there's literally 0 damage to your full track. Even still, I would never do something like that without the permission of the person who lent me the knife. I wanted the full track until you stuck it into the table. Mr. Burke is like me, will not will not take a knife if it's got any type of damage. Lindy says, to be honest, I don't know too many women who even know the knife world exists. I think it's definitely still, I mean, the vast majority of people who enjoy knives, I mean, at least at this level, right? Take the entire population of anybody who's attracted to bladed objects, I have no idea. But the people who are in this corner of the internet, it's got to be like, I mean, my analytics, I'm less than 1% for a female audience. It's like 99.7% male. But in terms of the entirety of the knife world, I would say it's probably 92 to 95% male. But it's growing, it's changing. So, you see anything else here that you want to read? My wife's in here. She's picking up. I talk about kitchen knives first, and then we start to talk about folders, and some girls start to love it. You know what? I want to get into kitchen cutlery more. My wife and I were just having a conversation about slicing onions. You remember that? We were talking about slicing onions, and you get down to the end of the onion, and it's like, well, what do I do? Because my fingers are in the way. Well, if you've got a really, really sharp blade, right? No matter what little of the onion you have left, you can lay it on its side and you can cut that last little bit the long way if you've got a sharp blade. And it's always a super thin stock, fully flat ground blade, lots of height, so it drops down to a super sharp cutting edge. But I'd love to get into kitchen cutlery because most of what I do with knives every day is in the kitchen. Let's see here. What do we got? People are laughing. Maybe I'll make a chance. Yeah, you should. Absolutely, Lindy. Matt Earnhardt, do a knife giveaway that only people with the name Matt can enter. Okay. Yeah, you can sit. I'll stand. But you have to read I'm going to pace and you read the questions. My wife's going to read the questions. Everybody say hello to Mrs. Complex. She's going to be joining us for the next 15 minutes or so. You have to read the questions out loud. No, come on now. Which one? What knife has been with me forever? You guys want to see it? I have my very first folding knife ever. Some people have seen it, but see, there's so many new people now within the last month, or since the last time I've shown this, the channel has grown by like 23% in the last month. So here it is for everybody who's in this live stream that has not seen it. This was my very first pocket knife that my dad gave me, and it was his dad's. And it's still, I'm not going to say it's still sharp, but it's a Camillus, and I think it's called a Stockman. It's a number 7. You can see here it's missing the back plate or the back wood scale. But yeah, it's I think Bob from the Knife Junkie pointed out that this was a Stockman. So this is actually my first knife. It's literally been with me since I was, well, the first time I handled it, I was 8 or 9. Then I got it taken away for 2 years for throwing it repeatedly into an empty refrigerator box outside after my dad had put me through a very detailed sort of lecture about knives being tools and not toys or weapons. So yeah.
I want to know how much cleaner our basement is that you use it for this thing. Let's not know you're in the dungeon.
Oh, they don't yet. No. Yeah, we're in the dungeon. So my wife and I are looking around and going, thank God they can't see.
It's actually worse because
there are cans.
Like 30 cans.
There's like cans.
My arms reach.
Yeah, I drink a lot of caffeine, and on Saturday nights, you guys know my beverage choice is a little bit different. And then there's also like packing materials everywhere. So the tables where the knives are on, it's very organized. But everything else is just like, oh my God, we need to clean up. Now the other half of our basement is nice and finished and it's clean, and it doesn't see. But this is the dungeon. I've referred to this as the metal dungeon many times. So.
Somebody wants me to pick the most expensive knife, but
yeah.
I don't know anything about them.
Well, so. Do your best. Which one do you think is the most expensive on the table?
Like, you just want me to look, not even.
You know materials. You know that like milling and materials, when you see exotic things, it's indicative of a higher price.
Is this allowed?
Yeah, go ahead. Just don't let them touch. Don't touch a knife.
Okay, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
You know that one.
I know that's expensive.
And you also know the Hinderers.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that.
That's a Chris Reeve. That's a Sebenza with
I know
carbon
those are
fiber inlays.
expensive.
Okay.
Do you even have cheap knives? Are you some sort of snob?
Yes, I am a snob. You know this. And I do have cheap knives. A few. Somebody just donated. Zell's been
I've
repeatedly.
heard you in here yelling.
Zell has given $25 tonight, and I'm not really sure why. Thank you so much. That I'm going to tell you right now, Zell. Thank you for the donation. You're the best.
Ritter.
That's the Hove Ritter. Yeah.
I know. I need that. Did you hear it? I don't know. I'm gonna. I don't know what that is.
That is a Tyler Turner custom donk.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with this.
Okay, so this is actually a little more expensive. Okay. I want to say that these are. Hang on a sec. Russell McGlamory in memory of Zell's bank account. Should we donate to Zell's bank account? Oh, thanks for making me laugh, man. I appreciate the donation. TJ Eaton here. $4.99. He says, "Keep it up." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. People making use of the thing there with the little dancing pear. Thanks, guys.
So was I right?
No, but that's okay. No, you weren't right. So this now is a $600 to $650 knife. This is a special version of this.
Is it this?
No.
Oh, well, I'm done guessing.
Which one has? This is what I was trying to give you a hint. Which one has a piece that's very colorful?
What?
Which one has an element to it that's very colorful?
I don't know what you mean, because purple.
Right,
colorful,
that's one. Right. What other knives on the table have color?
This one?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that?
See the Timascus on it? So this is a full custom knife. Yeah. And you know that. And I was like, oh, she skimmed over it. We've got people donating again. Tomahawk DC. So my obsessions with ballad songs is probably as bad as yours with Hinders, LOL. But out of curiosity, what is your take on Bally's? I'll tell you what, you're going to laugh at this. I didn't care at all. Actually, I bought one cheap ballad song when I was 17 from a flea market, and I thought it was super cool. But then, and thank you for the donation, by the way. Thank you so much for doing that. I stopped caring until Hinderer did a ballad song. Now I'm curious because I'm like, well, if my Lord and Master is, gonna make a ballad song, then maybe there's something to it. I'll tell you what, I will definitely have a ballad song on this table at some point because that's one of the only knife types that I've never shown. So thank you for asking me about that. I'm interested. I'd like to learn. I don't know that I'll ever be somebody who knows how to do all the tricks, but I'd like to learn. But anyways, honey, the Robert Carter custom. This is a handmade custom. Well, this is $1,600 knife.
No, I meant, are these
$650-ish.
But like, are they the cheapest ones?
Well, the new version of this is probably about $800 to $1,000. These are $600 or so.
Okay, so I failed this version.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's okay. I mean, what can you do? All these knives are fairly. Everything that's on the table is for the most part between $400 and like $900, and then there's a couple customs in there.
Someone wants to know what my favorite is.
Which one's your favorite? Yeah, I'd like to know which one's your. I think I can guess.
You've literally never been right, ever.
You're right. So her favorite knife of all time, guys, is the Fantoni HBO1, which is a collaboration between Mr. Fantoni and, oh God, what's his name? He always does the really straightforward military designs. He was part of the Applegate Fairbairn. I can't remember. But anyways, Fantoni HBO1 is her favorite knife of all time.
This is... Can you open that one?
Do what?
Open that one.
Oh, the Ritter. What do you think? What do you think?
Wait, this is weird, but...
You like the donk? Really? You never liked the...
I know.
Warncliffe, or the, it's just kind of a more Warncliffe way. That shocks me. I would have thought, and I bet a lot of people were thinking, well, Fantoni HBO1, she probably likes the Shirogorov.
I don't like those.
The scales?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I also like that one.
You do. You like the Koenig Arius. Okay, guys. So there you go. My wife has a taste for customs and the Koenig Arius. Beautiful. Do you want to try? Here, flip this one for everybody. No.
You made me do this before.
It's like the best. It's like one of the best flippers ever. It's very. It's all right. Give it a shot. Make sure you hold it right under the camera and keep your fingers on the lock. So there, here we go. There you go. Beautiful. See, now disengage it with one hand so everybody knows that you're.
You always have to test
Look at this. Look at the skills, guys. One-handed disengagement on a frame lock. You can tell that I force her to do this like all the time. I'm like, honey.
Did I not get that exactly right?
No, you
had to move it.
Oh yeah, no. There's a feng shui that I've got to the display here. What are people saying? Yeah, look, see, everybody's like, damn. They're not, because they know that not.
Fun of you.
No, they're not. It's because they know that people have a problem. Non-knife people have a problem with one-hand disengagement, right?
Oh my God.
So they're being serious. All right, hang on. Lenny Lou, they raised eyebrows at me and told me it was against policy, and I said, "Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm out of that conversation." Hey, MC, everyone, nice job. Thanks, Randy F. I appreciate that. Zell says you've got skills. So, Zell, she says, I know. Very arrogant. William Harsey, there we go. It's a Bill Harsey collaboration with Fantoni. Thank you. Good Lord, how did I miss Bill Harsey? Good old Bill, like I know him. Caldron Fitzpatrick, that's a very cool name. Non-knife people also have an issue with one-handed deployment too. Yeah, see, you think that I'm messing with you, they know. Nobody's making fun of you. Let's see here. Knife guy wife, nice flip. Yeah. People are
nice.
Huh?
This guy's nice.
Which guy's nice? Danny? Seems logical. Christ, behave yourself. That's the mother of his children. Oh, your wife likes the dog because it rhymes with dog. Oh my God. So that's funny, but also I'm going to say this right now. Seems logical. My wife pointed out your comment and said, I like this guy. He's nice. So there you go. Shaman and Rex 45, UNMC. Yeah, I'm interested in that. I need to learn about Rex 45. I don't know about that steel, but anything Shaman. I mean, I'll tell you what, guys, the moment that Flightanium makes titanium scales for the Shaman, can you guys all just let me know at the same time? Because I'll buy everything that they've got in stock. No problem, Mrs. MC. You can still pick it up at KC. I don't know. Glad she likes me. Get her.
I actually struggle with small knives. It's weird, but those.
We have a gent.
Difficult. Oh, okay.
We have a gent here. Let's try it.
Maybe he's right then.
Well, let's give it a shot. So hold that one. Hold that one under the table there.
All right.
That's the no. Hold it up. Hold it on the camera.
What, like this?
That's a Ferrum Forge gent. I'm pretty sure that was sent by Eric Belike. Yeah, give it a shot. Yeah. See, you're good.
Okay.
Now that's a liner lock, so you got to just demonstrate that you know how to. So there you go. What do you think of that one? No. What do you think of the blue liners and the carbon fiber on that? That's different than the carbon. This is textured carbon fiber, and that's that Alutex stuff. That's like true carbon fiber.
I'd still rather it be plain, but
here, I'll take that. Put her back in her case there. All right, what's the next thing I should answer?
This guy really wants to know how many knives you own.
How many knives do I own? I don't know, but I do have an updated walkthrough of my collection if you go back a couple of months on my channel, and it's actually in controversy and discussion playlist. I don't know, but I've got 2 videos walkthrough of my collection. I own a lot of knives, and I'll tell you this, my collection has tripled since I started. Actually, it's quadrupled since I started the channel because of all the people sending me stuff and just giving me things. Despite my, I tell people, like, don't feel obligated to give me a knife, but people do. And my wife also gets me a cool knife once a year for our anniversary. This one, most recent gift actually was a Christmas gift. My wife bought me a Hellhound Tanto for Christmas. Oh boy. All right. Let's see here. other than knives, what tools are you particular about buying? Tools that I'm particular about buying, probably like drivers, like mini drivers, drills, probably screwdrivers, things like that. Like the intricate, like the precision hand tools. If I am gonna buy something, it's got to be, you know, more particular, nowhere near knives, but it's
real worked up about pry bars.
Oh yeah, I do get worked up about pry bars. Little ones. I like the little tiny ones. Big pry bars? No, big pry bars, just whatever steel. But the micro tools, yeah, for sure. I mean, but that's kind of part of the EDC community too. What's another good one? Another good question. We're gonna give this till, guys. We're gonna go till 10:15 here, and then we're gonna shut her down. Shut her down for the evening.
Do you have pets?
Yes, we do. We have 2 dogs, Lily and Goose. And Lily is an Aussie. She's an Australian Shepherd, purebred. And then Goose is what is he? He's Border Collie and Lab. Yeah,
He's a mutt.
he's a mutt. Great dogs. I actually have a video on my. It was like I think it was like 4,000 subs. I did a video where I was like, meet the dogs. Yeah. So if you want to go back, you can. The Medford tie, the Praetorian tie, sold a long time ago. Unfortunately. That was a knife that I just really wanted to experience. It was the most expensive knife that I've ever purchased, and I had to sell more knives than I ever have had to get my hands on it. But I did, and I experienced it, and I loved it, and then I moved it. Went on to, actually, a police officer owns that knife now. So, what? You got another one?
No, somebody said when this face reveal, but haven't you done that already?
I've done a face reveal. You can see my face on, if you go to my channel, and you go to the community tab and you look at all of the community announcements I've done. I actually took a picture of my face for one of the live streams. So everybody can always go see my face when they want. But I don't advertise it because I really don't want the channel to be about me.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want me doing it. My wife will tell you I can be arrogant at times, and I don't need that. I want to make it about the knives. But yeah, you can see my face whenever you want to. So Bros 04008 for the Shaman and Rex 45 at Knife Center Rosewood. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. I'll put that towards my Rex 45 in Rosewood Shaman funds. But seriously, thank you so much for the donation. I say the same thing every time, but every time somebody, even if it's 1 cent, it's like, hey, super cool that people want to do that. So. My wife says I'm slurring a bit. I'm going to just pretend she didn't say that and truck on. What do we got here? Oh, sorry.
Face pick makes you look older. He is old, Zell.
I'm 32, Zell. I'm 32. I'm right in the middle of my demographic, though. The most potent part of my demographic is 25 to 45. So I'm right in the midst of all of you. Where's Jeff? Where Jeff? Jeff gone to bed, I imagine. Andrew Toole, Cedric Aneda has a good video of the Rex 45. Oh, he is there? There he is. He's here. He's there. Hey, Andrew Toole, thank you so much for the donation, man. Cedric and Ada is a channel that I really, really want to get into. And you know what? The Rex 45 Shaman, if they've got one up, then what a great excuse to get in there. What? My name is Jeff. That was Kyle. These are his too. This one here and this one. Honey, tell Kyle what you think of this one.
No. That's mean.
Well, so Kyle, I love this knife, but my wife does not like little stubby. I'm gonna heavily censor what she says. She does not like stubby knives with Wharncliffe blades. I love it. She is not a fan, and I put her on the spot there. I apologize.
He does not look like John Cena.
No, yeah. So I get here are the major ones that I get.
You got it.
Chode knife. You must also watch Birdshot. Yeah, that's essentially what my wife says. So they when people say, does anyone ever tell you look like, here's who I get. Primarily now that he's rose to fame, it's Chris Pratt. My wife will say Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec, not from Guardians of the Galaxy. So thanks for the nut shot. And then I get Mark Wahlberg, and sometimes I get John Cena. Is there another one? Is it those? Is it just those? Oh, Michael C. Hall from Dexter. I'll get sometimes. But I'm an uglier version of it. Kellen FK says Chris Pratt on steroids.
Well, Gazelle's trying to suck up.
MC is doing great. He's 32, and his wife is 22, maybe 23. Zell, like, major points there. Major points. My wife is substantially younger than me, but she is older than 22 or 23. What are you, 20? You're 27, right? We just talked about this tonight. 27 is Mrs. MC. Just cradle robber. Look, Jeff is calling me. When I met her, you were 21, right? Yeah. And I was 26, almost 27. Yeah, so I was a creepy creeper.
Was anyone mistaking you for Danny DeVito?
No, and hopefully never in the future.
How often are you at the gym, Rich? Somebody has asked.
Oh boy, well, here lately not so much. It used to be constant, but my wife has far surpassed me in the consistency in the gym. It's past January 1st, so I'm back on it. Zell can tell you. Zell sees me, I don't know, not enough, but I've got to be back in there a lot more often. Mr. McKenzie, I see him a lot on Instagram to support the McFam. And maybe increase my giveaway juju number 69. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that donation.
Ricky, yes.
Wait.
Please call him.
There's my one-man support group. Ricky Hughes is in the house, everybody. That's my original partner in crime. One of the only other people you've ever seen on this channel. He was back in the OG days of when I reviewed knives in cars. He's also just perpetually in shape. I don't know how he is just like, oh, that's how he does it? He goes to the gym? Yeah, the guy has like an 8-pack year-round and can squat like 650 pounds. So, sorry, I can't be you, Ricky. No, but seriously, yeah, we probably do, Ricky. We probably do need to have a chat because I am all in for cheeseburgers and not so much for cardio lately. You guys should follow. If you don't follow Ricky, you should. Not that he needs it. The guy's got he's got like 35,000 followers on Instagram. I saw it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh. But seriously, if you guys want like somebody to just brighten your day with positivity, and also at the same time
restrict you from eating.
And he'll restrict you from eating, but it's like, wow, he looks great. He probably knows what he's talking about. Follow him on Instagram. Ricky, you can put your tag in there if you want to. But I enjoy looking at his general positivity on Instagram all the time.
I thought you were going to say looking.
I
thought you were going to say you enjoyed looking.
I enjoy looking at Ricky on Instagram. I mean, watching his positivity uploads.
When are you going to give your kids their first?
I'm thinking the same age that my wife's like, I don't even want to talk about it. But I'm thinking my son has been introduced to pocket knives just for normalization so that he's not like unfamiliar with them. But he will not have his own until he's at least 9 because that's when I was given my first one and immediately made a mistake with it. So we'll try it at 9. We'll see how it goes. But, it's kind of a let's wait and see kind of thing. So what's another good one? We got, oh geez. Should we extend it? There's still 80 people in here. Should we keep going? We'll go for 10 more minutes, guys.
Me? I don't know.
Women Carry Knives is in here. She's got a channel. What's up, Women Carry Knives? I appreciate you stopping in. Absolutely. And your husband's a Therapeutic Edge, right? Is he the gentleman who inspired me? I'm trying to remember right now. Inspired me for this guy right here. If so, say thank you. If not, just ignore me. I'm being dumb. Does Mrs. MC carry? And if so, what does she carry? What do you carry, honey?
Kershaw Blur.
In what steel?
I don't remember.
You do?
Is it S30?
S30V.
Oh,
S30V.
S30.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She carries a Kershaw Blur and S30V. to this day, I gave that knife to her a long time ago, and she will not, like, no matter what, I'm like, try this. She's like, no, the Kershaw, I just want the Kershaw Blur. It just happened to fit perfectly in her hands, and she got used to it, and so that's her carry knife. And
I do have a taser.
she does have a taser, and also because of Jeff, you also have this one. Show that one.
Where's the
That's the Carver. That one's hard to flip.
I know, I can't.
You can give it some wrist if you want, or you can show. That's her Carver custom mini flipper in Mokume. And orange peel titanium and a Damascus pocket clip. You can hold that up there. That's okay. This was a Christmas gift from Jeff. Super nice, and it's sort of a micro carry. I can't remember the steel. I want to say it's M390. But this is a super cool little micro knife. It's a little bit hard to flip because of the mass of the blade, but it still works. Beautiful. That's her secondary.
Where's my stiletto?
Oh yeah, and then from Pocket Tank, who's not in here right now. Here you go. Show that one off. Okay. Pocket Tank gave that one. Get it. You got to get it out for everybody. Little slip joint bling. It's a Rough Rider. It's called the Rough Rider Bling. That was a gift from Pocket Tank, which is another channel you guys should definitely go check out. Absolutely. All right. What's the next thing people are asking?
You had a Norseman and your wife carries a Kershaw. I think he's calling you out there.
Oh. Yeah, it wasn't my Norseman though, but I mean, like, so my wife has seen every single hinder that I've ever owned. Every single. And you know, I've had 27 of them. And what's your scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel about hinders in general? Be honest.
Well, like in looks or what?
I mean, like.
I know they're.
I know you've heard me rant and rave about hinders, but seriously, like your gut instinct versus your Kershaw, and the Kershaw's a good knife. It's USA made S30V. Your gut instinct. Kershaw Blur's laying on the table. Hinder XM18's laying on the table. Which one are you reaching for? The Kershaw, right? This one, what scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel about this? Just looking at it objectively.
Like a 5.
A 5. She just doesn't like how hinder knives look, and that, truthfully, is what I've found is that a lot of really high-end knives, whether they're production, mid-tech, or custom, my wife looks at them and goes, "I'm not really into that." You know, you're more into simplicity and function than I am. You know. Right, so that's why she married me, because I am a.
What's a neck knife?
A neck knife is it's like a little tiny fixed blade that you would tuck into a Kydex sheath and you'd wear it on a chain under your shirt. A little tiny thing. Sometimes they're self-defense, sometimes they're EDC, sometimes they're both. But yeah, would you do something like that? And she says, I don't know. We've never had I've never shown her a neck knife to give us an example, but. You might be into.
Do
some
I
of them
really
are cool.
sound like what?
I don't know. I don't know what he's asking there. I have a serious question. How many knives are too many for a woman to carry on her person at one time? I don't know. I feel like I could make a justification for up to 3 for anybody, guy or gal, up to 3. A flipper folder about 4 inches long. I don't know. I can't tell if people are talking to each other. Everybody's making suggestions. And they're all talking about different things. Let's see here. Kevin Clifton, thank you so much. Hey, I recognize you from Instagram. Hey, thanks, man. I really, really appreciate it. And I recognize you from all the comments on YouTube. He's been a regular viewer for a while. Very nice of you. I really appreciate that donation. Let's see here. Whatever you can fit in your pockets. But that being said, girl pants don't really have pockets, so sometimes choices are limited. Yeah, girl pockets suck. You guys have. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna say it. You guys have shit pockets. Let's see here. Raider Bowie in the purse. You want to know what he's talking about?
I think I remember.
You know? Yeah, it's this big old thing right here. What's over here? I forgot about this. What is this? It's another one I just reviewed. Anyways. All right, next question. He wasn't talking to you. I imagine he was referring to somebody else's discussion about. Let's see here. John Duncan, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. What? Night squats? Oh, seems logical. Were there ever a knife that was highly praised but you didn't care for? Yes. The Opinel number 10, the Gerber flat iron, the Benchmade bug out in its original form. What's another good one? The Spyderco Delica, the Spyderco Endura. I'm sure you're seeing a trend there with FRN. Truthfully, I don't like knives in FRN. The cut jack. I gave all these knives good reviews on my channel, and I talked about this. I said, look, this is undeniably a good knife. The problem is that it feels cheap, even at insert price of said inexpensive knife. Listen, I don't like FRN on anything, but I hate seeing FRN on a knife that's over $100. So the bug out, it's a great knife, great design, but it needs upgraded scales. Benchmade needs to put that thing in their custom shop or offer a standardized version of it with G10. That's just my opinion. I don't care if it goes against the whole lightweight thing, because even in G10, it's still only going to be about 2.2 ounces. So the truth is FRN creates bias for me. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of knives that receive a lot of praise that I just really don't like. I have a video called Top 10 or Top 15 Most Overrated Knives that made a whole bunch of people mad. But if you want to go watch that, it's in my Top 5 and Top 10 playlist on the channel. Good question. At me with knives, I'm out. Gregory Burke, has Gerber ever made a good knife in a decent steel? Not up until lately, but I just saw that fastball cleaver in 20 CV, and I gotta say, I am intrigued by that. Absolutely. They have been using S30V. Gerber's trying to get into, if you watch Nick Shabazz, he's been talking about this, they're trying to get into the collector enthusiast market, and they're starting to use some more high-end materials, which ironically will yield better performance, which is why I don't understand why people always refer to us as the collector enthusiast market. This is the performance market too, because it goes right along with it. Anyways, I'm monologuing. Let's see here. I enjoyed that video, top 10 overrated knives. Yeah, that was one of my more popular videos, and I took a risk because I don't generally do negative videos, but I found that people like to see me be negative sometimes, so maybe we'll explore that in the future. Me with knives, Metal Complex. Me and John Duncan were discussing the Christmas story. Oh yeah. I'm flashing back and understanding I didn't gain the context there, but yeah, that's a fantastic movie. I'm not sure how else to add to that because I don't have the context of the conversation. Let's see. Okay, guys, we got 2 minutes. We're gonna stop at 10:25. If you have a question, something you're dying to know, knife related or not, yell it out. I will answer it in the next 2 minutes. Let's see here. What would you consider bug out with new carbon fiber scales, carbon fiber elite scales? Would you consider bug out with new CF elite scales? I would much rather have carbon fiber on a bug out than FRN. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be an amazing knife. Absolutely. What are you laughing at?
These are wild. Somebody wants to know what I weigh.
Oh God.
What's
What
your
do you
favorite
weigh?
food that I make you? That's a nice
You don't
one.
want to tell them how much you weigh?
No, I'm not gonna.
My wife is lean and has basically a six-pack and is in great
I don't
shape.
need that.
But we're not
Fine.
gonna.
We don't
She
need
doesn't want people to know, but I'm gonna tell you guys. She's in great
What's
shape.
your favorite food that
What's
I
my
make you?
favorite food? So
What I
my
make
wife,
you?
my wife makes a whole bunch of amazing food that I love, but she makes this insane cream cheese lasagna that has turned me into a fat person sometimes. I love that. She makes a tortellini soup that's amazing. And what's another one? Oh, that pasta stuff that you make, the sausage pasta with the big pieces of sausage. What's it called? It's called sausage pasta. John Duncan says that Metal Complex, do you even lift, bro? Sometimes. My upper body is always, what should I say here? It's always thick, but the density of my gut, it varies. So sometimes like I use the upper part of my upper body to hide how much gut is actually there. My wife can attest to that. She just told me the other night, she's like, you know, somebody who can't see everything else that's underneath there would be like, that's just like a kind of a bigger guy. But then like, you know, you see your belly and you're like, oh. It depends on the season, let's say that. He's ripped. Yeah. No, I took a really flattering picture for Instagram, but you know, you have to remember you're only seeing my arms and my chest there in that picture on Instagram.
Are you going to Blade Show?
Yes, I am going to go to 99%. I'm going to Blade Show. Zell says I'm a 280-pound bag of potatoes. Zell is the strongest person in our gym, and Zell is 5'11" and do you actually weigh 280? Zell is the most jacked dude that I know.
Your hands are ripped. His hands are tiny.
You say that my hands are tiny. My brother and dad's like, listen, I do not have small hands, okay? Here's my wife's hands and
my
here's...
hands are rougher than yours.
No, they're not. You can tell that we both spend time in the gym though. But my hands are like, I wear an XL glove. But my brother's hands and my dad's hands are huge, and she sees them all the time, you know, because they're family. And yeah, well, because you know, they live an hour. My brother lives in town, and my dad lives an hour away. But they have gigantic, like thick, leathery hands. So my wife always makes fun of me. It's like am I past it? Hold on, let's do one more. Let's see. Gregory Burke wants to know how doughy I am. Let's not answer that one. Giving my gut a mental comment. Zelby always try to gain weight. Topic for tomorrow's Knife Guy episode. Oh, okay. You want a preview for tomorrow's Knife Guy episode? Wait, Muhammad Amar says, ain't gonna lie, at first thought Mrs. MCs were your hands, no offense. So, just understand this. When I say that my wife is in shape, I'm not talking about like a bodybuilder lady.
Answer his question.
But
He really wants to.
I will. My wife is a CrossFit person, so she's got the calloused hands. But just in case, I know people are gonna be like,
enough. Answer his question.
What is
I'm so
it?
excited you saw it.
Oh, about tomorrow's topic, the knife episode. Tomorrow's topic is about the temptation to buy a knife clone of a serious model. Because I have people tell me all the time, like, why would you spend $400 on a real Hinderer and move the mat? Why would you spend $400 on a real Hinderer when you can buy a clone for $85? And I hate that topic. I don't want to glorify it, but I approached it. I've got some surprising things to say to you guys. So yeah, we'll be talking about temptations for buying clones on tomorrow's Knife Guy episode. Guys, that's going to be pretty much it for tonight's live stream. If you enjoyed this live stream, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I don't have cards in here, so you can just go back to my channel and click on something if you want to. And if you enjoy all my content and you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and find my main page and hit subscribe and turn notifications to all, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks for coming to my live stream tonight, everybody. And thanks to everybody who donated. Thanks to everybody who came and hung out. I mean, I'm about to do a big video for my 10,000 sub, thank you video, and I've got a really cool knife to give away. So seriously, here's a preemptive thank you to everyone. You people who stop by the live streams are awesome. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.